Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Tricia.
This is Apple Manansala.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Argamit.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebostillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhino.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldons.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude. Patrick Hieronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
My name is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and more.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just wanna mourn and run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You've got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, we're the Talkers. I'm Chino.
I'm Tricia, and you're watching After Shift, powered by the new channel.
Helping you see the new you. All right. Good evening, everybody. It's January 20, another Wednesday. And this is technically our 12th episode for season 2.
Right.
Catch us live every Wednesday and Friday night, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. here on the new channel. And if you missed our last episode, Tricia, yung ano natin, yung, yung very mainit na topic natin last time.
Kinalimutan agad ni Chino yung mainit na topic eh.
Tawa ko dun sa ano natin, dun sa topic natin last time. Anyway, if you guys failed to watch that last time, please go to Facebook, the new channel, and YouTube as well, and watch that episode.
All right. So, Chino, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Araw mo today.
Okay naman, Trish. We were talking about this backstage, and a little tired because I had to work as early as 10:30 in the evening last night. Tapos dire-diretso na yan hanggang kanina mga around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So medyo ako ngayon, medyo tired, pero syempre still very energetic and very excited to bring this show to everybody, no? So yun, talagang busy lang with my day job. How about you? Kamusta ka today?
Same. Same pa rin. Busy with work as usual. First quarter, di ba? Talagang busy yan. That's the busiest time,
yes,
I think, of the year. Yung mga, syempre, new projects are being implemented. Also, have you noticed, medyo maulan. Actually, maulan today.
Right.
So, ma-traffic na naman sa ibang parts of the metro. Yun, kanina I've encountered the traffic. Mga nakaalis ako sa office, 5:30, got home past magsi-7 na ata yun. So normally kasi when I go out from work, mga an hour lang yung trip with traffic na yun. Pero kanina medyo mahaba talaga yung yung pila ng mga sasakyan because of the rain, I guess.
Oo. Tricia, wala pa tayo sa sa 3 months. 1 month pa lang tayo, January. Actually, we're not even done yet with the first month. So yung 3-month rule natin, hindi pa rin talaga mag-a-apply ngayon sa atin. Like what you said, very, very busy. Everything is still being set up, di ba? Sa kanya-kanya siguro mga offices. That's why we are both busy. So yun. Anywho, something that we're gonna be talking about today is one of the things that you actually had as part of your your New Year's resolution, di ba?
Right.
And that is to get fit, to get healthier, di ba? To exercise, right? And to also acquire a new skill or hobby, di ba? And so kaya ko na-mention yung dalawa na yun kasi it's related. And it's actually about biking, di ba? We want to encourage people to already start using their bikes, if possible. So, Trish, if you can just give us, an idea or a background as to what really motivated or inspired you to start indulging in biking.
Ano ba yung tanong na yan, Chino? It involves an ex kasi. Charot. No, the ex actually inspired me to ride a bike. So, ayun.
Diba?
So, parang namin bonding moment. Ayun. So, wala na siya. Pero yung bike nandun pa rin.
Yeah.
So, I normally ride my bike weekends. Pero kasi I stopped kasi nagbalik na ako sa tennis. So, 'di ba? I play tennis regularly. Pero since nag-pandemic, sabi ko, I'm scared to actually go back to the tennis courts even though, may safety protocols naman and all. So, sabi ko, okay, try ko nga ulit mag-bike. So, there's a group in the office, actually. There's a bike group in the office. Kaso medyo mga malayuan na yung ride nila. So, I cannot just join, di ba, without really practicing and preparing. So, yun. So, I ride my bike every weekends around dito lang sa White Plains area. Tapos paikot-ikot lang. Siguro I'll try sa weekend. I might try from QC, from Eastwood going to UP. Try ko lang kung kaya ko na. Pag hindi, babalik ako.
It's actually, Trish, it's cool to talk about biking, because Number one, like what we talked about in the previous episode, or previous episodes rather,
Right.
environment friendly, di ba? Walang pollution,
Correct.
walang usok, di ba?
Right.
And at the same time, matipid kasi you don't need to
Yes.
spend anything pretty much. It's just really your
Right.
energy, your effort that you will spend. And the third thing is hindi siya convenient siya. It's very very convenient
Right.
because it doesn't need a very huge road for you to to pass. Maliit lang yung daan na kailangan for you to be able to pass. So ang daming great benefits ng biking, no? So this is really exciting, guys, because if you have any questions or concerns about your bikes, yung mga nagbabike na ngayon, or if you are just starting, nagsisimula pa lang kayo magbike, I'm sure marami kayong questions. And siguro, I'll include myself dun sa mga first time kasi marunong naman ako magbike. And I think part of yung being a 90s kid, no, is really learning how to ride a bike. Kaya lang, yung alam natin or yung knowledge natin about riding a bike even before is really very limited in a sense na kasi normally yung mga friends lang natin, nagbabike lang tayo, walang helmet, walang gear, walang anything safety. Basta doon lang kayo sa village, di ba? Or sa subdivision.
Nung tinuruan kang magbike, sabi, hawakan ko yung bike, tapos bigla kang bibitawan, tutulak ka pa. Sabi daw, doon ka daw matutulak ng bike, di ba?
Tapos, I remember, Trish, may balancer pa. Diba? You attach a balancer when you're still a young kid, attach a balancer. Parang, talagang literally, you're going to have that balance whenever you're riding your bike. And then eventually, as you grow a little more, tatanggalin na ng parents mo. Oo, yung balancer. And yun nga, yung sinasabi mo na, sige, okay lang yan, hawak kita. Pero hindi ka na pala hawak. Mag-isa ka na palang nagbabike.
Wala akong balancer noon. Yung, I remember the first time I learned how to ride the bike is using a BMX. Uso nun, di ba? 90s.
Wow,
BMX.
yes. Oo, BMX.
Talaga yung BMX style na bike. So sabi ng mga kasama ko, mga kalaro ko, sige, hawakan namin yung bike mo. O ako naman, sige, ride. Tapos bigla akong tinulak. Ayun, syempre, pag tinulak ka, magaganon-ganon mo na yung bike hanggang sa masanay ka nang mag-balance on your own. Yun lang, nagkagalos-galos ka nga lang. Very light.
Tapos ito nga, I just wanna share really quickly in terms of in relation to galos. Sorry naman sa brother ko, no, pero when we were biking way back, when we were still younger, medyo pasaway kasi kami, like tatakas kami to ride the bike sa subdivision. So itong brother ko, isa sa mga pasaway, tumakas, yun, knocking on the gate, nag-doorbell, and then pagkabukas nung yaya namin, puro putik. Kasi, sumem lang yung brother ko, nalaglag sa kanal. Hindi niya dala-dala yung bike kasi masyadong mabigat. Nandun pa sa kanal yung bike. So syempre, di ba, parang we're still very, very young. Kids pa kami noong time na yun. Ako, medyo naawa ako, pero natawa din ako at the same time kasi nga yung putik, no? But anyway, so, to our audience right here, right now, who is very much interested into biking, if you are planning to get and ride your bike really, really soon, siguro another question that you might have is, how do we ride our bike safely? Especially here in the metro, right? Ngayon, ang dami ng safety gear, ang dami ng awareness when it comes to biking. So, what are those that we need to consider in terms of safety? And are you a biking enthusiast who wants to share tips also on riding a bike safely? So these are the things that we are going to be talking about today, and we have a very, very special guest, Tricia. This special guest of ours is actually the founder of Pinoy Road Bikers Incorporated. Veteranong-veterano to sa road biking scene, Tricia. Wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's all welcome Elvin Cruz.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So
hi, Elvin.
I'm Elvin Cruz, and and thank
Good
you for
evening,
having
Elvin.
me here.
Yes, of course. Again, very nice topic to talk about. To kick off the year. Marami kaming mention kanina about staying fit, getting fit. At the same time, magtipid din. At the same time, yung maging environment conscious. And
Conscious,
these
right.
three things are actually hitting yung ating activity, which is biking, di ba? So, Elvin, if you can just give us a brief background about how you started
Right.
biking and your motivation to continue on, with the activity of biking.
Ganda. Sige. Actually, I started biking way back in 2005. No, that was then the height of mountain biking. No, there
All
were
right.
Right.
very yung road bike as we know it now. Hindi pa masyado yan eh. Ang uso talaga noon road bike, mountain biking, and we do it in Santa Rosa. So that was the playground of mountain bikers. So, but I was into mountain biking for about 4 years. No? So, kaya lang, if you're in the mountain biking kasi, medyo aggressive yan, di ba? Rough roads and everything. So,
Right.
laging nadidisgrasya. So, at some point, halos every week na akong umuwi na may sugat, may dugo. So, my wife said, one more injury, I'm gonna burn your bike. It's true. So, after that, huminto na muna ako, but I got back to biking. This time, road bike na. I got invited by a ride mate, mountain bike ride mate, who got into road bike ahead of me. So, nung na-discover niya yung road bike, sabi ko, tara, dito na tayo. So, with that, mukhang na-convince ko yung asawa ko na, oh, this is safer. Because the tarmac is smoother, no? So, eventually, pinayagan ako and nagustuhan ko. So, until now, I'm here. Enjoying, improving, and hoping for more rides actually.
All right. Was the transition from mountain bike to road bike hard? Kasi, 'di ba, yung position mo from using the mountain bike is different from your position when riding a road bike.
Yes, no, in a way, yes, because one, when I went to road biking, I was already in my 40s. No? So medyo hindi na ako ganun ka-flexible. For younger people, the transition would be not too difficult because of you need flexibility for road biking because of the position. No? So the transition, it took me a while, probably mga 2 months before my body adjusted to the aggressive position of road bike. But then, basta wag ka lang you just don't give up. If you feel discomfort in the position, just don't give up. You get there. No? Your body's going to adapt anyway. So, after a few rides, okay ka na. So, yun ang problema kasi nung iba. Akala nila, the initial difficulty is going to be there forever. That's not true. So, basta ride ka lang ng ride. Lahat naman ng bagay, if it's new, it's not easy. No, it's the same way with a bike, with a road bike particularly. Initially, it's not easy, but just continue riding, you'll get there.
Right. So we are talking about mountain bikes and road bikes. I've also mentioned, 'di ba, nung 90s uso yung mga BMX na yan.
Right.
But how should we choose the type of bike that we are going to use or maybe buy, especially if you're interested in getting into cycling?
Okay, as you have said, no, we have the BMX. Well, you have road bikes, you have mountain bikes. Yung BMX kasi particularly that those are being used by kids. Well, yeah, di ba, mga bata. And of course, yung mga into stunts. I don't know if you've seen movies.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Diba?
Yung mga X Games.
So, yan.
Yung sa X Games.
Oh, diba? Yeah. Particularly that.
Yes,
so,
the X Games.
after
Extreme
that,
Games.
they use the BMX for stunts. BMX is going to be very difficult for commuting dahil the way it's made, di ba? Parang ang baba ng upuan. Tapos, well, some people can use it, but it's not really built for commuting. Now, mountain bike. When do you need a mountain bike? Well, the riding position in a mountain bike is a very relaxed position. What do you mean by relaxed? Upright ka. So, hindi ka nakayuko. So, there's no strain on your neck. There's no strain on your arm. So, madali siya. So kaya most of the bike to work people, no, yung commuting, they use mountain bikes dahil madali. So if you're into that, just easy biking, ganyan. So gusto mo hindi naman masyadong mahaba yung binabiyahe mo, a mountain bike is going to work for you, no? But then why do you, of course, if you also go trail riding, mountain bike ka talaga, no? So but if given that, why do you need a road bike? Well, a road bike is a bike that's easier to pedal because it's light, and it's more responsive. It you can travel longer, easier on a road bike. So pagka medyo ang gusto mo talaga ay yung mahabaan na biyahe, it's more reasonable for you to get into road biking, no? So kaya, but then again, no, if I may add also, there's already an in between, mountain bike, road bike. There's one an in between now. We call it the gravel bikes. So yung gravel bike is built like a road bike, kaya lang they made it in such a way na medyo nakatayo ka ng konti, upright ng konti yung position mo, and the tires are bigger. It can handle kahit hindi paved yung road, it can handle it, no? The bike can handle that. So, ngayon, hindi lang mountain bike, hindi lang road bike, you also have now the gravel bike. Mas uso yun ngayon, actually.
Yeah. Actually, I'm curious about that, Elvin, and I want to ask you about that. Are these the ones that are, yung mga gulong are really, really big? Or customized lang ba yung mga ganon?
Ano, meron talaga yun. They call it the fat bikes. No?
The fat bikes, okay.
It's a kind of mountain bike, except that, okay, mountain bike kasi has suspension in front and back. No? They call it suspension. A fat bike will have, well, ang kanyang suspension na is actually the tire itself. Kasi voluminous yung tire niya, di ba? Maraming air. So, it provides for the suspension already. So, yun yung, they call it a fat bike. Mahirap siyang pedalan kasi mabigat yung gulong. No? But, kung nasa trail ka, it's really nice. So, yun. They call it a fat bike. It's really a kind of bike. It's not a custom bike.
Okay.
Earlier. So marami dyan. You can find
nung mga around 90s kasi walang ganun. Parang, again, like what Tricia mentioned earlier, more of BMX lang yung parang medyo sikat. And then, I remember, I think I had an uncle who had a bike also na yung handle is not the usual one. Kasi diba the usual one is yun lang, yung ganyan lang. Yung kanya, yung medyo pa-arc ng ganyan, Elvin. So I'm not sure if there is,
and that
in the way that he holds it is pa ganyan. So I'm not sure if I'm yan, pa ganyan niya hinahawakan, and then the brakes are here. So again, yung typical is here, di ba? Pero yung kanya ganyan. So I'm not sure what kind of bike is that. And then maliit yung gulong.
The first one you were mentioning, na diretso yung ganon, that's typical of a mountain bike. And some well, I failed to mention earlier the hybrid bikes, no. I'll get into that later. And then the one that has a curved one, they call it yung ganyan siya diretso, and then there's a curve going pababa.
Yes.
And then you have these levers that are attached to the front part of we call that the drop bar, and that is used in road bikes. And then you mentioned thin, narrow tires.
It's very thin tires, yes.
Right.
Those are road bike. Back then, they call it the racers, no?
The racers.
Racers, no? Because back then, it was really being used for road bike racing. Mabilis kasi because of the thin tires, everything. So, but right now, it's more known as a road bike. It's, that's a term being used now. It's no longer racer. So, yeah. So,
diba?
In fact,
actually,
actually,
daming kinds ng bike.
Daming kinds, Tricia, no?
In fact, may makikita kayo na ganyan, diretsong ganyan, and then it will curve up pag gano'n, no? So, para siyang pag gano'n. They call it the butterfly. And more often than not, that is being used for folding bikes.
Yeah.
Folding bike.
Okay.
I've probably seen all these bikes that are hindi ganun kalaki yung gulong and para siyang may hati sa gitna, which the bike can eventually fold so that you can carry it inside the building.
Convenient.
Yes. No, you can bring it. We can bring it. We can bring it actually everywhere, even inside the mall. So yun. So of the yun yung mga fancy handlebars they use for folding bikes.
I see. Wow. So a lot more stuff about biking, guys. And please leave your comments, or if you have any questions towards Elvin in relation to biking or to parts or anything of that nature, please make sure that you provide that on the comment section below. We're gonna pause for some announcements. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to After Shift, and we're actually talking about biking 101, right, Trisha? And yep, let's get some stuff on the comment section. Tingnan natin kung ano yung mga questions ng ating mga viewers ngayon in relation to biking. And sabi ni June, I'm planning to ride a bike soon. Sana may tips kung saan ka makakabili ng affordable pero quality bike din. So mamaya June tatanungin natin yan kay Elvin Cruz. Thank you for that question, or thank you for that that comment. Sabi ni Maki Salendra, uy, Chef Dad, present. Nako, baka mamaya ex na naman ng ma-bring up dito ha. Paano naman si Tricia dito?
Pinag-uusapan natin Chino.
Pagsakay, biking ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. Sabi ni Apple, hi talkers, Chino and Tricia. Hello to you, Apple.
Hi, Apple.
Good evening. Yeah, thank you. And I'm glad that you're part of the show. Yan. Sabi ni June, nag-training wheels ako. Yan, yung mga, another term is yung balancer nga, June, mga balancers. Yan. Iba si Trish? Ano kaya yung iba? Bakit kaya iba si Trish? Yan. Ano dapat ang mga gears pag nagbabike? Itatanungin din natin yan mamaya, June, kay Elvin. Yung gravel bike, yung malaki yung tires. I think na kanina, na-mention kanina ni Elvin na hindi yata.
Sinagot ko si June dyan. Those are fat bikes.
Ayan, those are fat bikes. So, June, thank you for some of your comments. Again, tatanungin natin yan kay Elvin. And wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's bring back Elvin. All right. Welcome back, Elvin, to the
Yeah.
show.
Again.
So, meron mga questions or may mga comments, no, yung ating mga viewers. And one of the things that they wanted to ask is, which road bike should they get? Ano ba yung, kasi sa dami ng siguro quality or klase ng road bikes, and at the same time, syempre, yung affordability, no? Because obviously, a lot of people, especially those who are just starting out or who just wants to start riding a bike, is also going to consider cost, diba? Or the price of the bike, the road bike, right? That they're going to be purchasing. So, can you enlighten us on some of these things, Elvin?
No, my suggestion, if you're starting, if you're just starting to go into biking, no, like Chino, you know how to bike, you know how to ride a bike, but you haven't really done this as a leisure activity or as a means of getting around. No, if you are doing that leisure or to get around, my suggestion is actually to get a mountain bike first.
Right.
No, why mountain bike? The relaxed position kasi in a mountain bike, it's not going to discourage you into improving yourself, getting stronger in the bike, diba? So after a while, let's say 5-6 months down the line, your legs are attuned to pedaling and everything, diba? And probably you are a lot fitter after biking for about 6 months. So by then, health mas fit ka na, you can probably transition already into road bike. No? And then pag nag-road bike ka, marami ring klase kasi yan eh. Not all road bikes actually will really put you in a position that's very aggressive. No? Yung nakahiga ka talaga na, like the triathlon people na talagang, if you've seen them, di ba, parang nakahiga na yung straight yung likod.
Right.
There are also what they call the endurance bikes na medyo nakatayo pa rin, but it's a road bike, but medyo upright pa rin. So, but with that, get fit on a mountain bike, then transition into road biking. No, but if you like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, follow-up question in relation to what you mentioned earlier na 6 months. Is that really your ideal time or the ideal time for you to get yourself accustomed to biking? Like 6 months of doing mountain biking, and then after that you transition to the road bike. Is 6 months really the ideal time?
Well, I'm saying 6 months is actually a good time frame already for week warriors. No, if you are biking only during the weekend, 6 months. No, so ibig sabihin you're doing it once every four times a week. So 6 times 4. So that's the siguro you'd probably put in mga around 100 hours on the bike, and that will be enough for you to get better, no? At least yung legs mo, ang sabi nga nila, that the term we use, may karga na yung legs. Ibig sabihin, the legs is strong enough actually for biking. And but if you are doing it more often than, let's say, weekend, baka sandali lang kasi magaling ka na eh. You have the skills, you have the flexibility, you have the leg power to do it. You probably in the shortest 2 months, 3 months, you can probably transition to more aggressive biking. No, yung 6 months is actually just for those who are doing it for leisure and doing it only during weekends.
Right. Like myself.
Yeah.
Like
and most likely like myself too, if in case I indulge in biking soon.
I agree with what Elvin said. No, actually, I chose to get a mountain bike kasi one, it's flexible. Because yung road where I'm riding my bike is not as how do you say it? It's not as smooth as the surface that a road bike is requiring. Kasi walang suspension yung road bike eh. Is that right? It's not, the suspension is not as that of a mountain bike. So feeling ko talaga mas flexible siya, especially if you're if you're
ramdam mo yung road imperfections, no? So pag dumaan ka sa malubak na road, your body is going to feel it talaga. Unlike a mountain bike, especially the front, di ba? There's a shock absorber in front. So naglalaro yun. So hindi mo masyadong nararamdaman with a mountain bike. No? So at least yon ang experience mo with the biking, initial experience sa biking, hindi masyadong mahirap. So in which case you're going to get encouraged to go on until you are better and you have better skills, you are stronger. So mas okay ka na. Diba?
Right.
So pag lipat mo sa road bike.
Correct. And I agree with that, Elvin. No? Also, so we've already talked about the type of bikes that you can choose from, and as a beginner, what type of bike you should be, starting with. But what are the gears or maybe tools that you also need to have before starting to ride your bike?
Right.
So actually, it is actually just your helmet. You're good to go. With a mountain bike, you just put on safety gears and you're good to go. Hindi essential yung mga high-tech na yung mga high-tech stuff. But when you start getting serious into the thing, then may mga bagay na you go into to get yourself to get better faster. Like power meter, yung mga pedals that you clip in, yung mga ganyan. No? But to start, just safety equipments, particularly your helmet. That's it.
Okay. So the reason as to why syempre we had to ask that is because ako kasi ang mindset ko is whenever you're biking, parang ang tingin ko dapat yung Tricia yung para spandex ka na yung sexy suit, no? Para maganda yung pormahan natin pag magbabike tayo. Feeling ko, yan laging iniisip ko na parang, oh my God, if I'm going to start biking, I don't think I'll be able to pull that off right away, especially with my dad bod, with my tummy.
Hindi lang that spandex lycra thing is not just for forma, ha. It actually has the shorts that goes with that lycra thing has pads on your bottom. No,
right. Okay.
Just it gives
for a cushion.
Cushion. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No? So, kasi yung mga, if you notice the saddle, we call it the seats of the bicycles, matigas yung mga yan. It's so hard, diba?
It is. Mm-hmm.
So yung yung cushion mo is actually right there in the shorts.
Yun pala yun. Akala ko naman talagang spandex, pa-sexy lang yung mga outfit ng mga bikers.
Kaya siya ganun. It actually is from racing. Road racing. So kailangan kasi nila aerodynamic. So the clothes they wear have to be really tight para walang masyadong drag. Kasi kapag may konting crease, sabi nila may konting air resistance yan. And bumabagal sila because of the air resistance. But for us, mere mortals, dagdag forma na rin kasi yan. To look better while you're at it.
Yeah. Feeling ko hindi ko mapupull off Trish eh.
Ako yung shorts that I'm wearing, yun nga may pad na siya. Plus I also bought yung gel type cushion. Pero minsan masakit pa rin sa puwet. So gaano ba sa butt. So gaano ba katagal before mawala yung sakit?
Yeah, you get your butt gets used to
it.
The strain. The strain of the saddle.
Or maybe nagkakalyo ka na doon. So wala na yung pain.
Actually totoo yun, no? Iba-iba eh. The amount of saddle time you need for your bottom to get accustomed to biking, iba-iba. Some really have some can take mga 50 saddle hours lang, okay na, no? But some will take longer. No, kami, in fact, even I, who have been there for quite some time already, I still get what they call saddle sore. Yung, di ba, medyo
Yes.
sumakit yung skin mo,
Right.
gets red.
Hindi ka makaupo ng maayos.
Oo. Pagka matagal ka sa bike, let's say, 3 hours, 4 hours, medyo nagkakaroon pa rin, no? It's a reality for bikers, no? Which eventually you just have to live with. Masasanay ka rin, even if you have saddle sores, it's just really, it's there.
Right.
Do it. Parang ganun, no? So, but, yeah, it's a reality, but tsagain na lang.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, and I've also noticed pala, Chino and Elvin, no?
Yes.
Because of the pandemic, there's a lot of people who are riding their bikes, going to work or, just getting or doing errands, diba? When riding your bike ba, either to go to work or do your errands, and there's no bike lane, Elvin, where should you be positioned? Is it on the rightmost part of the road? Kasi may mga nakikita kong ibang bikers, nasa left side naman sila ng road.
Oo, no? Ganito kasi yan. I think the rule, yung iba-iba kasi, they go where they think it's safe. Some feel safe on the inner. But, okay, let me put it this way. I am not really so... Well, I have done riding here and I have done riding in Singapore, no? Sa Singapore, the rules are so clear, but here in the Philippines, parang hindi masyado. But I believe the rule is supposed to be the same. The bikers are supposed to ride near the curb.
Okay.
No? So, ibig sabihin, malapit dun sa sidewalk. But the thing now is that's why bikers avoid that, is because that's where the jeepneys are actually, that's the lane that the jeepneys are using. And jeepneys always stop, diba? So, nakakabala rin yung bikers every time the jeepneys stop. So, I think that's where the problem is. Our roads are not built or not designed for bikers. Kaya magulo yung sistema. Even the bikers wouldn't really know which lane to take, no?
Right.
So ngayon, ang nangyayari, if there are no bike lanes to where it's safe for you. Now, for me, I think in a big road, the most convenient and safest would be the second from the curb. Iwasan mo na yung jeep, so you use the other one. And if it's clear, if the one near the curb is already clear, just take that and then proceed. No? Kasi masyado nang mabibilis sa loob eh. That's scary.
I totally agree. And now we're talking about safety, no? How do you kumbaga safely ride a bike, especially here in the metro? And this is actually one of the things that we want to ask you also, Elvin, no? Like what tips can you provide us when it comes to safety, especially riding a bike in the metro? Because like what you said, normally sinasakop ng jeep yung lane that you're supposed to be using, no, sa bike. And I think hindi lang yata bike, even motorcycles yata sometimes are using that lane also, especially nowadays, right? So paano ba ang diskarte natin when it comes to using a bike in the metro? Ano ba yung mga kailangan mong tignan? Ano ba yung so please
Okay. As I have mentioned earlier, kasi ang ating road infrastructure or our system is not really built for road biking. No? So when you are biking on the street, you will encounter so many things, no? So what are you supposed to watch out for? Unang-una, daming potholes natin. Yung mga manhole covers are not really well made, no? There are, if you notice, these manhole covers have gaps. So pag naka-road bike ka, these gaps are enough to actually trap the skinny road bikes, and that will cause accident. Now, if you notice, I have a it's parang something on my lip, diba? It's actually caused by an accident, a road bike accident, because of a manhole cover. Naipit yung road bike tire ko. And then I went over my handlebar face first.
Oh, wow.
So that was in 2017. So sinasabi ng asawa ko sa doktor, huwag nyo nang ayusin yan para na matuto. Meron siyang remembrance na ano. Just kidding.
But you didn't stop. But that's the thing, Elvin. In your case, you didn't stop. You still, rode the bike afterwards.
Right.
Diba?
Yeah, actually, addict lang siguro, sabi nila.
Addict lang talaga. Oh.
Yeah, actually, kasi why I continue road biking, I really want to exercise. That's one, no? But
Correct.
then, I can go running, that's true. I can go swimming, like the others. But then with running, masakit kasi sa paa eh. Particularly, in my case, I have what they call plantar fasciitis. After a while,
yes.
sa likod, it gets really painful. So I cannot really do running for very long. I'm not a good swimmer either. So what's left for me? Biking. So if I don't go biking, I'm not gonna be healthy. So even with accidents, I just told myself, just be careful next time. So ayun, so I'm still here despite all the accidents that has happened to me, and despite all the accidents I've seen from my friends actually. So okay lang. Matututo ka naman eh. At the end of the day, pag na-aksidente ka, hopefully minor lang, you learn from it. So the next time you're smarter. Hindi na mauwi while you're riding. No. Yan nga pala, no? One tip pala, when you're road biking, when you're biking out there, sa dami ng mga imperfections, sa dami ng mga kalaban mo sa kalsada, you have to maintain focus. Hindi pwedeng kung saan-saan yung utak mo na you're road biking, and then you're thinking of so many other things. Nako, recipe for an accident yan. So when you're biking out there, focus. Focus. Yan lang naman ang importante dyan.
This is, Tricia, the reason as to why parang I really didn't consider biking at first, no? Kasi nga, since I've been more accustomed to driving a car, parang I feel that the safety of driving a car is much, much better as compared to riding a motorcycle or riding a bicycle. Kasi nga parang, obviously, if you're riding a bike, the only thing that you have as protection is technically your head because you are wearing a helmet. But aside from that, you technically don't have any other gear that will protect your body, any part of your body. So, and that also goes for motorcycles, obviously, right? But and this is the thing that I want to also, share to our audience right now, no? Parang sadly, a lot of people are really not as responsible siguro as Elvin and his group, no? When it comes to really riding the bike on the metro. And I wanna agree when Elvis said that you really have to focus when it comes to riding the bike, because we're talking about your safety here as an individual, and at the same time, syempre, di ba, yung mga tao rin around you. Hindi ba pwede na selfish ka lang na it's just about you. Kailangan very, very conscious ka about the things that's happening around you. And yan, yung mga pothole na yan, yung mga little gaps, on the road, and yung mga patingin-tingin left and right. A lot of these things are really need to be considered when it comes to using a bike, in the metro or on the metro. So more of this, will be talked about by Elvin, right? We're going to pause for some announcements. Guys, we are going to be right back. Welcome back to After Shift with Chino and Tricia. Now, this is the part of the show wherein we get to share with you, okay, a lot of inspiring, awesome, amazing shows here on TNC. And we actually want to invite everybody, okay, to go to our Facebook page, the new channel, also on our YouTube channel as well, to ensure that you're able to really watch all of our amazing and inspiring shows. Please follow our channel on Facebook and YouTube and let us help you see the new you. Okay? And if you guys are watching this episode and you are enjoying our topic for today, please follow us on Facebook after_shift. And you also might want to follow us also on Instagram as well, after_shift.
Right.
All right. Yes.
So let's bring back Elvin.
Let's bring back Elvin. And there's still some more stuff that I want to personally ask him in relation to biking, though. So welcome back, Elvin, to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Chino, sorry, by the
yes.
way, I would just like to comment on what you said kanina na parang
right.
You're not yet comfortable, riding the bike talaga sa city.
Yes.
I had a similar siguro feeling when I started kasi I joined my brother's group, so parang that's the first time na talagang I was riding the bike sa highway, and pero eventually kasi if you continuously ride your bike, you gain skills like ako right now, before hindi talaga ako marunong tumingin na nagbabike kang ganyan, and then you still need to take a look at your back or your left or your right side because titingnan mo kung pwede ka nang tumawid on the other end. Pero ngayon, it's a skill that you get to develop Ngayon, marunong na ako and cross na yung other side of the road na more comfortable and more confident. Siguro, you just need to practice lang more and more.
Naisip ko tuloy bigla, Trish, lagyan ko kaya ng side mirror yung magiging bike ko.
Uy, pwede May mga ibang lalagyan na sa
Meron ba gano'n? Meron ba?
Yeah.
Yes.
Meron yung siguro that big coin, parang mga twice na yung piso na coin. They attach at the end of their bars. Yeah. So, pwede at least makakasimot mo ng konti. Meron yun. There are accessories like that.
Feeling ko kasi I feel that's a lot more safer as compared to yung medyo lilingon-lingon ka ng konti. Again, without really having your full focus on the actual road itself, or the people passing by.
Wala yung paglingon, syempre. Hindi mo na may kita nasa harap mo.
Tama naman. All right.
Alvin, I just have another question pala. Sorry, Chino, before we move on.
Go ahead.
Yun nga pala. So, okay lang bang sumingit paminsan-minsan? Like, for example, is it really okay na medyo mabagal yung nasa harap mo, medyo lilipat ka ng konti, lalagpasan mo, tas balik ka?
Overthinking,
is it okay to do that? Is it even safe?
Okay. Yes. No. I think there is more danger in you following somebody that will ruin your pace. No.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi kung sobrang bagal niya and it ruins your pace, ang mangyayari talagang mawawala kasi, patawag nila, wawala ka sa focus mo. Maiinis ka dun sa nasa harap mo, ang concentration mo yung sa bagal niya. So I think in that situation, it's much better for you to actually just make sure that you are safe in going to the other lane, past the slow vehicle, and then just go back to your correct lane. No? So yeah, we do that actually. We do that. No, kami yung kami nga fully aware of following the rules and everything, but we still do that. Pakiramdam kasi namin that's a lot safer for us to do that.
All right.
Thank you so much for that, Elvin. No, another thing that I wanna ask in relation to this would be, so we kind of talked about safety. Is there a difference when it comes to riding during the pandemic versus nung walang pandemic? Parang is there a heightened sense of safety that you need to consider in this pandemic versus when it wasn't the pandemic yet?
Yeah, no. Before the pandemic, uh, bikers were actually a neglected part or the LGUs. Wala naman silang pakalam dyan, no? But because of the pandemic and the boom, I think during pandemic kasi ng mga sasakyan yung mga tao, so they got into road biking and they realized it's an alternative form of transportation, no? So because of that, at umunti rin kasi yung mga sasakyan na nasa kalye during that time, naging safer for us to be on the much safer for bikers, no? Tapos nung ngayon na bumalik na yung mga sasakyan, I think what the pandemic did was to make the motorists aware that there are cyclists on the road.
Right.
Tapos mas marami nang naging courteous na na motorists. Like noon talagang walang pakialam kahit madikitan nila yung mga siklista sa kalsada, wala silang pakialam. But right now, we notice na medyo if vehicles are going to pass us, medyo malayo talaga, mga 1 meter away or sometimes no. So yes, before the pandemic, it was really parang nakakatakot, no? But right now, we feel a lot safer, no? I don't know about those who are going to start biking right now. But for us who have been there previous to the pandemic, right now, ang laking ng diferensya. Malaking diferensya in terms of feeling safe.
Especially on the along EDSA, no? Kasi I noticed ngayon, especially during the pandemic, that and this is shout out or kudos to the government, because I've noticed that there's already a bike lane. Could you imagine a bike lane along EDSA? And this is something that I've honestly never imagined in my lifetime that it's going to happen. Na meron tayong recognition already for the cyclists, na meron silang special area or lane for them to pass on that will ensure safety and comfortable in terms of traversing EDSA, which is really really good. And siguro I would have to agree, Elvin, medyo aware na or conscious na ngayon yung mga drivers, yung mga motorists when it comes to really kumbaga umiilag ng konti, malayo pa lang when it comes to along EDSA, no? So ako dyan, Tricia, medyo guilty ako dyan. In the past, hindi ako as conscious, pero ngayon, syempre, iba talagang nadala ng pandemic, no? Mas talaga ako, mas aware ako about my surroundings. And to be honest, medyo salute ako dyan sa mga cyclists like you, Elvin, because hindi madali mag-bike along EDSA or along major roads. Nakakatakot pa din. There's that risk. But you guys are still able to do it for some reason. And again, shout out to you guys for doing this.
Right. Actually, Chino. Sorry, go ahead. Elvin. Okay, I would just like to comment, no? The LGU actually are doing also their own ways na to ensure that the bikers are safe. I just give one example sa San Juan. In fairness, nakahiwalay yung motorcycle lane from the bike lane from your car lane. So I think the people are now recognizing that, as what Elvin was saying, no, talagang this is a new mode of transportation for everyone. And notice mas madami nang nagcycle on mga cyclists ngayon na gumagamit ng roads to to go to work or to go somewhere kasi nga mas convenient, plus it's siguro mas safer kasi you're just riding alone unlike if you ride the jeep, medyo madami kang kasabay. Your thoughts, Elvin?
Oh yeah, no, and well, in addition to that, aside from the fact that there are bike lanes and motorists are aware of the cyclists already, that they have become more conscious of the cyclists. There are parkings for bikes now.
Right.
Alright.
Dati problema yan. You're a cyclist. Where do you put your bike? You go to the
Where do
market.
you,
Where do you
where
put
do
your
you
bike?
put your bike?
No? But right now, they provide for parking. No? So
Right.
dati mga folding bike lang kasi kaya mo dalhin sa loob ng mall. But right now, you have
Mhm.
parking for no. In fact, there's a pending law, pending bill that
Mhm.
requires offices to provide for showers for bike commuters. No? I hope that passes. No? It's being sana. Let's cross our fingers.
Mhm.
But yun nga, because of the pandemic, ang daming improvement for
Yes.
cyclists. Hindi
Right.
lang yung bike lane, but the bike lane is the most visible of the
Mhm.
improvements.
Uh-huh. All right, Elvin. One last question before we only have limited time now, but siguro one last question that I want to bring up to you is again like what we mentioned earlier, yung affordability,
Mhm.
because again it's going to still be the number one priority of a lot of bikers, especially those who are just about to start biking.
Right.
Syempre, we still want to be practical, right? Filipinos are practical by nature. So, could you give us, an idea, a ballpark figure as to how much a typical person would spend, to start this new experience or this new hobby of biking?
Mhm.
Okay. The most basic one, if you just go basic bikes, gears, not fancy gears, not uh, just basic. You don't have the branded ones. Probably you can get one for around 5,000-7,000 pesos. No? But when you start going for the ones with the brands, probably ang starting price mo dyan would be around 20-25 for
Mhm.
ano yun ha, yung material niya would probably be steel or yung mga aluminum bikes. And then
Right.
marami pa yan, yung they call carbon bikes. Those are going to start 50,000 pesos up, no, for carbon bikes. But my tip for those who are going to start, no, look for second-hand bikes. Don't buy
Right.
brand new. No? Marami diyan na nag-upgrade. Sabi nga ni Tricia, those who are hit by upgradeitis, by the illness na
Right.
upgradeitis. So, maraming nag-upgrade yan and wants a better bike, so they're going to dispose of
Right.
their old one.
Right.
Pick from them. No? You just have to be patient. Look for second-hand bikes. That's a much better route than buying a brand new one.
Right. And I agree with that, Elvin, no, because I went to some bicycle shop, to buy a helmet. Actually, I was checking their bike. So, sabi nung ano doon, currently nagtaas sila ng presyo because of the demand.
Uh-huh.
So, I think that's a good tip na if you're starting, look for second-hand na bikes na actually may iba nga dyan, pwede mo pang i-negotiate yung price. And
Yes,
and
yes.
those are actually good ones, yung mga branded and even good bikes na binibenta.
Yeah.
Yan.
Hindi naman kasi ito katulad ng car di ba? Kasi syempre pag car, there's a lot of parts that's involved and di ba, it's a little bit, kumbaga, there is risk in buying a second-hand car. As compared to buying a second-hand bike, parts are not as many. Kumbaga, makita mo madaling i-assess yung parts ng bike if it's good or if it's not. And that's why I think that's a very good tip to provide to everybody who's just about to start in this particular hobby of biking. Madali lang makita yung mga parts kaya it's not hindi masyado risky, kumbaga. And
Yung mga
to Tricia's
worn-out
point,
parts,
and to Tricia's point, pwede mo pa i-negotiate.
correct.
Diba?
Pag barat ka, mahusay ka mambarat.
Diba?
So, Elvin, again, we wanna thank you for being part of the show. There's a lot of insight that you were able to give to everybody, especially in relation to biking, of course. Is there anything that you want to promote, that you want to thank? This is the perfect time to do it, sir.
Oh yeah. For those people who are going to start road biking or those who are into road biking already, please check our Facebook group. It's called the Pinoy Road Bikers Inc. No, it's a group of road bikers who are, well, ang gusto lang namin good vibes, no? Exchange of ideas. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge our boss, our head in PRBI. He's actually the main founder of PRBI. He's Attorney Fortun, Attorney Raymond Fortun. Good job on PRBI. And hi to Chris Kumeta and si Ron Saspa and si Bulibs Bolivar. Good work, guys.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Elvin. Ba si Attorney Raymond Fortun pala, no? Bike enthusiast din pala.
Right.
Oh, nako. He is, Tricia, you've seen it. He's the Budol King, di ba?
Right. Nakakapakita ng video, sabi niya, nabudol daw siya.
He's the Budol King.
Ano ba yung budol ride?
Ano ba yung budol? Yes. Before we end, ano ba yan? Oo.
Budol simply means, naisahan mo yung mga kasama mo, no? It's like, si Attorney Fortune sabihin niya, ano lang yan, madali lang to. Ang biyahe natin is, our pace is just 30 kilometers per hour. And then when you are when you are there on the bike ride already, bigla ka niyang pahihirapan, tatakbo siya ng 37 kilometers, 40 kilometers per hour. So ikaw na hanggang 30 ka lang, you try to catch up. Hirap na hirap
catch up, yeah.
At the end of the ride, sobra kang pagod, nabudol ka. Ganun yun.
Yun pala yung
sasabihan
budol.
ka, madali lang yan. Walang mga paahon. Tapos, puro paahon yung ride.
Puro ahon, diba?
Yan.
Yeah.
Yan yung mga budol ride.
Greet one more group, just
Sure, go ahead, Elvin.
My bike group, hi, WRP. Thanks for the great ride yesterday, and let's have some more rides. Schedule more. Hi.
All right. Ayan.
And if they would like to join your rides pala, Elvin, no, they can just get in touch with you na lang dun sa group ng Pinoy Road Bikers Inc.
Yes, no. Ngayon lang kasi pandemic, we don't organize newbie rides. We call newbie. Dati, before the pandemic, may mga newbie rides kami to teach the new ones. But with the pandemic kasi, of course, you have to do social distancing. So, medyo
yes.
But we'll resume that once everything goes back to normal.
I'm pretty sure. Very, very exciting stuff in the very, very near future. Elvin, again, we want to show our appreciation to you. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And again, I'm sure a lot of our audience were able to really learn about biking. Especially me, of course. And kahit pa paano, syempre si Tricia din na nagbabike na already. So thank you. And we talk to you soon, Elvin. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Of course. Budol,
Alright,
Tricia.
na-inspire ka na?
Parang kasi especially dun sa mga inexplain niya mga terms, and of course yung awareness about biking, na marami palang nag-indulge talaga sa biking, especially during this pandemic, no.
Right.
Again, hopefully yung fear ko of yung kasi again safety talaga yung lagi ko iniisip, Trish. So feeling ko kasi talaga there's really no protection. That's why I'm not really, pero with the things that I've learned from him, throughout this conversation, parang medyo nakaka-feel ako ng konting tapang or confidence to
Pwede naman, Chino,
to try it out.
You can try naman, halimbawa, you can bring your bike, dali mo sa car mo, tapos you can go to UP. Actually, yung oval sa UP, if you've been to UP,
yes.
Yun, you can bike around until you're comfortable na to go out on the road.
Pwede. I think that's something that I can potentially consider. And yun nga, mag-check nga ako tuloy. Mag-check nga ako after the show ng mga second hand. Baka naman may mga...
Ibigay ko sa yung yung group na...
Sige. Please, Trish, yan. So, another episode has ended for this Wednesday. Again, this is January 20. We want to catch you again this Friday, okay? During our Friday Boost Night. So very exciting stuff. Again, ang ating pag-uusapan. And we look forward to seeing all of you once again. So with that, for now, Talkers signing out. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.